to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Guys, back to you.
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. Buckeyes headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. We get our first look at Anthony Colandrea. Man, he was razor sharp last time out, completed better than 70% of his passes, throwing for 200-plus yards. To the air, it's Colandrea. That's caught, it's Hunter. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Running back searching for a hole. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Nice directional kick there like a solid iron shot. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here's the name everyone recognizes, Bo Jackson. Big day in his last game, over 150 yards on the ground and a score. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and turning it on. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Just feeds the running back. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had.
There's some room. Picks up the 1st down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Jackson. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Running inside, it's Jackson. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So the Nebraska offense heads out to start this drive. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They'll run it from the gun. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Caught behind the line. It's Mills. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
They punted on their opening drive, and now they need a 3rd down conversion to avoid punt. To throw, it's Calandria. Looking left. Holds it in. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Here we go. Ready, go. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Huskers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down at the 23.
Well, I'll tell you, when you start a game as well as this guy did on the opening drive, you're going to earn more touches later. And finally, they hand it off to him here on the 2nd drive. But he's really shot out of a cannon in this game. We really like the way he's running right now. He's running hard. He's running with authority. They need to keep giving him the football.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the 4th quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the 4th quarter.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. And run inside. It's Jackson.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And those are the ones you just want to pull it back in as soon as you throw it as a quarterback, because you know he was open, I had him, I just put too much underneath it and missed out on a big play.
Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Sayin throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
On the run, it's Jackson. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And now there's a stoppage for an injured Buckeye. Week 12, you get through this far, you just hate to see it. We'll have Holly check on this injury a bit later on. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Trying the left side. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. He'll run it again. Got a little grass. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Great execution by this offense. The running game coming through, perfect fashion, breaks the big run, finishes inside the 10.
And they do a great job of blocking downfield with their wide receivers, too. And all of a sudden now, this offense knocking on the door.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Power ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Back to pass, it's Calandria. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Jackson. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll go right back to it. Gets it out to the 40-yard line, give him 5 on that one. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll run it to the right. Might have a chance. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting him.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish the deal with a 60-yard run to the house. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. If you're down in the game, there's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Looking for a man. It's Calandria. Fires left. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Jackson.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Say it. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right.
Second down pass. Complete to the wideout.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Finds his back in the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul.
It's been said over and over, you have to protect players' head and neck area. This penalty so important at the college level. And the Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. And he's in! Touchdown, Buckeyes! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
And he tacks on the extra point. And he's coming out of the end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Cornhusker offense is out and ready to go on the attack. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, Week 12, almost zero margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Tennessee taking on the number 3 team, the LSU Tigers.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's go down to the sidelines now where Holly Rowe has an update on that injury.
I caught up with Ohio State's head coach coming out of the locker room. Their running back has been terrific, playing well so far in this game, but he is taking a lot of hits. He's had to absorb a lot of contact. Yards after contact, but they're going to keep their eye on him and see if he can power through all the hits, bumps, and bruises he's taken here in the first half. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
It's complete to the right. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Maybe a crease. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
So the Nebraska offense heads out to start this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
This one's complete. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Knocked down at the 34 after a pickup of 5. It's a 1st down. And the Huskers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Running inside. It's Ives. Maybe some room here. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Right back to the well. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. The Huskers are threatening in the red zone. Pulls it on the option. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
The Cornhuskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down. And the Huskers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Short hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
And finally, guys, we've been talking about this offense. When are they going to get it going? When are they going to have that spark? They make the play. They finally get on the board. Now, can they keep the momentum going? Can they play complementary football? Can the defense get a few stops and the offense keep this up?
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. The run inside. It's Cross. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. With this game decided, let's take a look at the projected playoff bracket, and it's getting late. Week 12, and this is how things would stack up if the playoffs started today. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Runs through a tackle. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Using his legs, it's Cross. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They've finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Tried to power it ahead on 4th and 1, and this defense was up to the challenge, and they'll turn it over on downs. Scanning the field, it's Calandria. Fires deep on the run. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
The Huskers want to crank the tempo.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Going to try to get it himself. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down. The Cornhuskers getting set on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Tight end finds a soft spot. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. He's got it. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And the Huskers have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! Middle of the end zone. He's got it.
What a fantastic route that time. If you're going to be able to throw the ball down in this area of the field where the windows close so quickly, you have got to be precise with the route running, and that's what happened right there. That's an easy connection between the QB and his target for the score.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
On the draw, it's Cross. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and 4. They'll go right back to the run. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. So they'll use a timeout here, one more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. After picking up a couple, it's second and 8. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. That is a big win for them. Defenses, they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. On the ground, it's Rodgers. Here's a little room there. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to put a bow on this one. The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Trying to run, it's Rodgers. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And tackled there by the defense.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Pulls it in. It's Ives.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Looking to pass. It's Calandria. Here's a heat. He gets away. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. With the clock running, this should be the final play. They won the game today. That's